Hello, everybody. How are you today? I'm sorry I missed you guys last week. I was actually in a conference in Jekyll Island, Georgia, learning from a fantastic author named Jonathan Milligan. I'm looking to see if I have his book here. No, I took his book with me. It's called Your Message Matters, and it's all about how to create an online business from a combination of your skills, your dreams, your passions, and what the world might need from you. So I learned a lot, and I actually had a chance to meet some really great people. And for those of you who are at all scared to travel in the new normal, I'll be honest with you, it really wasn't that much different from traveling in the old world. Other than the fact that everybody was wearing masks, the airports were just as congested, the security lines were just as long, the TSA personnel were just as crabby, the food was so expensive, as airport food always tends to be, and it really wasn't that different. I felt about as safe as I could be. I'm vaccinated, so that was good. But the plane was absolutely packed, every single plane that I was on, and it was 4 different ones, and they were all packed. So if you're at all nervous about being in crowds or in places where there's somebody sitting literally 1 inch away from you, you might want to wait or consider RV travel, which is perfect for traveling in the pandemic. So today, what I want to talk about is I would like to talk about the lessons that I have learned about, let's call it baby surfing, otherwise known as stand-up paddleboarding. It's not really surfing. It's basically balancing on this big old long piece of fiberglass or some other material with your 2 feet, and you have an oar, that's the paddle part, and you have to keep your balance sitting on top the surface of the water. Now, why did I take up stand-up paddleboarding? Well, I have bad knees. So surfing is not a possibility for me either, neither is skiing, okay? Because of the fact that you have to be the whole time in kind of a bent knee position. But stand-up paddleboarding I can do with straight knees. I'm not saying that that's the most comfortable position in the world, but it works for me. I also have really good balance. I don't know why, but I'm pretty good at being able to hold still in one place for long periods of time. Now realize that stand-up paddleboarding is not really standing stationary. You do have to move, and things are easier when you move, same as with surfing. So let's talk a little bit about the lessons today. Welcome to those of you who are watching me live. Welcome if you are watching this on the replay. Feel free to make a comment. If you're live, you need to give StreamYard the permission to use your comment and show your name. And if you're watching this on replay, you can just put #replay in the comments and tell me whatever it is that you would like me to know. So for stand-up paddleboarding, different than surfing, what you want is you want the surface of the water to be calm and quiet, okay? Active, steady waves that come at regular intervals is preferred if you happen to be a surfer. You have a tendency as a surfer to wait out beyond, pretty far away from the shore usually, because what you're waiting for is the perfect wave that's going to come and enable you to paddle, stand up, slightly bend your knees, and ride that wave all the way back into the beach. You'll see in competitions, or anytime you've ever seen people surfing, that many of them are sitting out there on their boards, looking out to the open ocean, waiting for the perfect wave. In reverse, the stand-up paddleboarder is actually trying to find the calmest part of the water that you can find. I live just a little stone's throw away from Lake Erie, so I had the opportunity to take my stand-up paddleboard out on Lake Erie. And I was in what I would call a sheltered cove that had several break walls that separated it from the open part of the lake. it also helps to separate the swimmers in that sheltered cove from getting run over by motorboats. But the motorboats go really close to the break walls, or the jetties, I guess you might call them. They're basically big, long walls of rock. All right. So those motorboats create a wake because it's not a no wake zone once you're beyond those rock walls. And that causes the internal part of the cove where I am and where the swimmers are to be a little choppy. Okay. So last weekend, I took my board out and I was waiting for the perfect calm as I sat on my paddleboard. And I sat and I sat and I sat. I waited as boat after boat after boat went by, churning up the surface of the water, creating wake, you know, making the waves bumpy. I mean, I'm talking about really little waves, but that's how I roll because I'm just a beginner. All right. So I waited and I waited. And then I realized that if I sit here waiting for perfect calm on a gorgeous, beautiful sunny day with active motorboats going back and forth in Lake Erie, I could be waiting for a long time. I could be sitting for a long time. And I felt a little nervous because it was hot sitting on top of my board. It was pretty boring. And I could feel the eyes of the spectators on my back. They were on the beach kind of wondering, is she going to get up? Does she know what she's doing? Is there going to be a fabulous fall that's going to serve as entertainment for us today? I got nervous, okay? And I got more nervous as time went on because not only did I know that they were looking at me, but I also knew that they're all wondering, is she just out there sitting on her board trying to look cool? I was not. I really wanted to get the stand-up paddleboarding practice in. So what did I do? I tried to stand up. I did it. And as a result of being able to move my paddleboard with the oar, I was able to navigate away from the opening in the break walls and get to a place where the surface was perfectly calm. It actually was really close to those rock walls. And because the rock walls were breaking the wakes that were created by the motorboats, that little inner part between the break wall and the beach was perfectly flat. I'm not saying stand-up paddleboarding is easy, but I am saying that if I hadn't gotten to those places where the water was calm by motion, by using my paddleboard, I probably never would have been able to get up because where the water was rough, it was impossible for me to maintain good balance for any length of time. But once I got up, I was able to move the board and myself to an area of calm. So, what is the business lesson here? Well, in marketing your business, you can wait for everything to be perfect. Okay? Or you can work with what you have and get better at navigating the imperfection that's in your business life. Navigating the imbalance of your work, your clients, and all the variables that affect success. Nelson Mandela once said that you either win or you learn. I always vote for the learning, as opposed to not proceeding at all. Procrastination, analysis paralysis, the inability to grow your business, actually quitting the pursuit of your dream goal, they're all symptoms of that waiting for a perfect wave. And what I'm here to tell you is have courage. Go forward because you cannot steer a parked paddleboard. You can't steer a parked car. You can't gain momentum if you're not moving at all. I encourage you to find the waves of your choice or the calm in the ocean on that sort of business, in the business world, business of success, the business ocean. We know that we talk about storms and hurricanes and all kinds of things having to do with business. There are two strategies in work and in life. One of those strategies is to wait for the perfect wave to come to you. The second strategy, and the one that I encourage, because one, it's more fun, and it also gives you the possibility to learn flexibility and balance, is to get better about riding the imperfect waves. I'm here with my private membership group, the Driver's Seat, to help you navigate those imperfect waves. We are getting the new program ready to launch, and it's going to be ready to meet your needs for relationship marketing habits that enable you to bring in more clients. Look forward to some announcements from me in July, and thanks for watching.